It's time for the main event. Following on the heels of the Army Festival, the Army Parade has arrived. Celebrating its 250th birthday, we will see a display of over 6,500 soldiers and about 150 vehicles, many of them tanks. We will get a glimpse of the evolution of the Army from the Revolutionary War days all the way up to the present moment, and there will also be some other surprises along the route. We will check out the atmosphere beforehand on the National Mall, and also the festivities taking place afterwards. Let's go find a good spot.
Well, hey guys, welcome back to Vigoroso DC, and behind me you can see the main stage that is set up for the big Army Parade tonight. It starts in about an hour and a half. It's 5 p.m. on June 14th, 2025 right now, and this parade is set to kick off at 6:30. So today, being June 14th, 2025, today is the exact 250th anniversary of the founding of the U.S. Army. And that is what this parade is all about. And this is only the second time in my lifetime where there's been a parade like this. The last one was back in 1991 to celebrate the victory of the Gulf War. And the parade before that was back at the end of World War II. So it is very rare that there are parades like this in the United States. And of course, you may have heard there's been some controversy about this parade. There's a lot of issues that are very controversial. I am not going to go into that stuff in this video. This channel is about showing all the things that Washington, D.C. has and the metro area has to offer, all the different events, festivals, and monuments, memorials, museums, all that stuff. That's what this channel is about. And since this parade is taking place, whether people feel that it should or shouldn't be, or if it should be to this kind of a scale, or any political ideas people have about it, I am not covering that at all in this video. I am covering the parade. At the end of the day, this parade exists to celebrate the Army's 250th birthday. So that's what I'm going to cover. And I just want to say something quickly about that stage back there. So a couple days ago, I brought it was actually my last tour of the season, my last student tour. We went to the Jefferson Memorial, and normally there is a clear line of sight from Jefferson's face to the White House. And I will point that out to my kids. It's one of the first things I'll point out. I'll be like, if you look at his face, he's looking directly at the White House. And there's these whole sets of trees on either side. They purposely didn't plant trees over there, so there'd be this line of sight. And this time I said that to my kids, and you just could not see the White House. Like from that angle, this stage was blocking it out. And I was like, I promise it's back there. It is. But it was weird just not being able to see the White House like that. But that is what's going on at the moment right here behind me. I am going to walk around and film and try and get a good spot to see the parade when it rolls through. And let me just show you a little look around the area. And there's the Washington Monument, Museum of African American History and Culture right there in the center. And of course, the main stage. And the White House is back there, but you can't really see it from this angle. And also, when I came through security here, I took a bit of footage on my cell phone, and so I will be posting that too. It was kind of an interesting experience coming through security over here. But anyways, that's what's going on. So this is by far the most security checkpoints I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, just look at how far down this goes. This goes all the way down. Let's give it one more pass. And this is why it was so quick and easy to get in here. So if you saw my video about the festival, the Army Festival, it took over a half hour to get through security. But with this one, we didn't have to stop at all. There was this long kind of snaking path that you had to walk through to get to here. But I didn't have to stop at all. It was just walking. It's kind of like if you went to the amusement park and there was a ride and had this kind of long path you had to walk through, but there was no line and you just keep walking back and forth till you get there. That's what this was. But this is why there's so many checkpoints. It's just insane how many there are. I mean, it just goes all the way back. So that was really convenient. I wish security was always like that in the places I go as a tour guide with my groups. That would be amazing. But I am glad this was so quick and easy. Although I come here all the time as a tour director, because that is the Museum of African American History and Culture and the Washington Monument, we come here all the time. But I've never seen it look like this. We have all these barricades over here. We have these temporary stairs that are going to where the parade is. I feel like I'm in a brand new place that I have never been to ever before in my life, even though I've been here countless times. So that's kind of a surreal feeling. What this is a temporary walkway where you could just walk up and go over and then come back down, which, I don't know. I think it's easier just to stay on the ground. I don't know if this is really necessary, to be honest. But that's what this is. And we've got a hydration station here. We have our friends up there in the center of the frame, just keeping an eye on everyone, making sure that everybody's being good out here. So that trip that I just told you about, where I told you about what happened at the Jefferson Memorial, earlier that day, speaking of the Jefferson, you can kind of see it in the middle poking out there, like it's kind of small. But anyway, we were at the Lincoln Memorial, and there was this white tent set up at the top of the Lincoln Memorial. And that's something I've never seen there. I've been to the Lincoln with groups countless times. I've never seen a tent set up there. And my first guess was that it was a VIP tent for the parade, since you could see the parade from that angle. And the lead teacher on my trip, she was like, I think that's probably for snipers. And then I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, you're probably right. Again, I have no idea what it's actually for, but that just kind of feels more like that's what it was.